Hi guys, so today we're in Glenbrien and we're here for a graveyard called BallyHuskard. So we spent the whole day yesterday driving around trying to find it, and we got as far as this farmyard and we asked locals was it the place, but this place is really boggy. So we've decided to come back today to try and find it, and wait till I just show you. As you can see, we are walking through really bad muddy ground, and we've just spoke to the farmer and he said it is up here. There was some sort of work going on, I think it was 2015 or 16, to try and restore the area. So it'll be interesting now to see what we can find when we get up there. So I'll talk to you again in a minute. So I think just here is the graveyard. It looks like a wall with a plaque maybe on it. Have a look at the boots, guys. we are completely up to our ankles in mud, and even here, even though we've got grass, we've had so much wet weather, it's just like a swamp nearly. So I hope this is it, and I really hope that after all our efforts to get in, that it is accessible and that it's not too overgrown, at least that we can read some of the headstones. I believe that some of the inscriptions are absolutely gorgeous. So there's the wall anyway, and a plaque. Oh, it's freezing cold, but at least it's dry. Let's have a look, see what's on the wall first. Erected to the memory of Thomas Sinnott, Kildried maybe, and other insurgents who fell in 1798 and are buried in the cemetery. So that's it. So we will come around to the side here. I think we have the opening here, or the gate. Looks like someone has put a stick up against it, which is kind of pointless. And that, guys, is what we're looking at. It's totally overgrown. I had hoped that it wouldn't be. We're going to have to remove that stick. I think we're going to have to lift it from the bottom. We have a stone up against it, all sorts. It's trying, I don't know why really. This is so much worse than what I thought we'd been looking at, and it is a shame. I don't even know whether we're going to be able to see anything at all of all these briars. Now it does look like someone has come in at some stage and maybe made the path, but there's probably loads of headstones in here that we're not going to be able to read at all. We'll just have a look at the first one at least. We've 1799 just there. The torch is not much help at all. It looks like J. Byrne is the man, of course, that has done this headstone, and it looks like Mary Fitzpatrick, who departed this life 1786, aged 50, and also Connor Fitzpatrick, March 20th 1799, aged 60, and also Elizabeth Fitzpatrick, alias Bulger, March 1813, aged 55. Now there would have been lovely pictures on that, but you can just have a look. There's a row of them all along there, and we have some more just here. So we'll read what we can. It's the best we can do. I was hoping that it would be much more accessible, but unfortunately it's not. Now we have some nice headstones here as well. We'll see if we can read anything. There's an 18 tender, age 73, Lawrence. And his son Patrick, he was only 22, 1817. The one beside it looks actually in great condition. You can see here we've the hearse just here. We've our Lord. We've people there. We've 1781 it looks like, age 77. Someone Richards, could be Patrick Richard. There's another 1780 something there. It's such a pity, but you might be able to see that beautiful artwork there. No maker's name on that one. And we've something else actually on this one. You might see that in edit. Looks just like letters. But I have a gorgeous one there right in the middle of all this overgrowth. Absolutely gorgeous one, just dead ahead there. Let's see if I zoom in. Right, so I managed to get in a little bit closer, pull down some of the brambles. Look at that for artwork. Absolutely fantastic. We've a soldier there with a spear. Another one there. Another one there. Look at that. He looks more important. He has a crown on him, big long coat. And then of course it's the crucifixion of our Lord. And look the way the moss has gathered just on top of our Lord's head. Amazing. And this is for Margaret Murphy, 1786. And it looks like 26 years old. And as you can see there, the line of headstones, and actually just had to stop for a moment there. The farmer came in and just, you know, making sure that we had found the area, kind of telling us to be careful that, oops, we are kind of, you know, there's a lot of headstones possibly under all this overgrowth, and just to be mindful of where we're actually walking. So let's keep going and read a few more and have a look at the dates, and please God they will come back and finish the work they had started. As I said, you know, I think it was 2015 or 16, they came together, cleaned up the area a good bit. I don't know how far they got with it, and then I suppose with COVID and everything else, the place has just been left go. Now we have a beautiful design here as well. We have the sun there, sun, the moon, our Lord again. This stone is erected here by her son James Murphy. Here lies the body of Mary Murphy, alias Doyle, 1789. I don't know whether you can see that there. 1789, aged 52. And beside that one then we've another one, a beautiful design. Here lies the body of, looks like Patrick Devricks, or Devereux, some people pronounce it. Oh guys, 1744 it looks like. $1744 just there. 1744, aged 50. And then there's a Judith Doyle, alias Murphy it looks like. And it looks like 1756. This is really hard going, because if you could just walk and not worry about what's underfoot, it would be so much easier. This one is completely gone in half, with the other half just there in the undergrowth. Now, I spotted a 1786 there with some more beautiful designed ones. Excuse me. And holding onto the tree to get around. Another beautiful headstone, and we won't be able to read it or much of it anyway. Patrick Kearney, it looks like. Aged 95, wow. 1837 and he was 95. That is a great age for all those years ago. (1786), age 22. Mary Martin. And we've another similar design here with the soldiers. 1786, age 22. Joanna. Can't read the rest of it. Now we've a tabletop tomb here. Irish Eyes has actually gone to see if he can find something to help us get around. (1852) For your charity, pray for the soul of Catherine O'Connor. She was only 18 when she died. Also, her daughter, Catherine O'Connor, 1850, age 20. So both of them were very, very young. More in here. It's such a shame. And the writing is almost gone completely there. We won't be able to read it. Here lies the body of Thomas Furlong, who departed this life June 1765, just there, age 60. Lord of Mercy on his soul. And I think it's Thomas Furlong there as well, 1787, just there. Look at that, that's that design now. We can see it far clearer with the spears. As I said, this man looks like he's carrying a pike. He looks more like a crown on him and a long coat. We have our Lord. And this is the gentleman that carried the vinegar, I believe, to put into the wounds of our Lord. So the whole story of the crucifixion is just there. We have, it looks like J. Byrne. That is the man that created this gorgeous headstone. Absolutely fascinating. And he would have been the man around the 1700s that did all this beautiful work. Absolutely gorgeous. And you can see there the spear into our Lord. So once again, I don't know what's underfoot. Feels like there's something solid there. Some of the headstones, I'm sure, have fallen. And we've all those ones there as well. Don't want to twist an ankle. Thomas Sinnott, and I think he rang the bell to warn the villagers, or the villagers I should say, of a battle that was starting, I suppose. Now I'm just taking my time. Oh, trying to get down. There's something underfoot there as well. We've another beautiful design here. And you can see that they definitely did clear it at some stage. The headstones that are readable are in fantastic shape. This one is gorgeous, 1798. We've Bridget Doyle. She was only 17 when she passed. Look, we've angels on either side of her Lord. I'm getting caught in brambles, of course. Oh, look at that. Now, you can see that there maybe. Absolutely gorgeous. As I said, the angels both at her Lord's feet, and just look at the detail of that. These would have been all carved by hand. The beautiful lettering. And there's the date. 1793 actually. I think I said 1798. It's 1793. And Bridget Doyle. Absolutely beautiful. And God only knows at this stage how many more are all through that undergrowth. This kind of reminds me of all those Quaker burial grounds we did last year. Just completely overgrown, but these are not forgotten at all. Right guys, we just stopped the video there, and we have cleared some of the headstones here so we can read them a bit better. And I'm going to start back where I finished, because I can get in a bit nearer just to show you these fantastic designs. It's almost like a temple there. We've a leaf, and we'll call it a temple. I'm not quite sure. We've the angels, our Lord. Look at his face. Such, amazing work gone into these. The angel here, and another like a temple from Bethlehem or Jerusalem just here. You can see the arches in it. Absolutely fantastic. And another leaf. And then we read that it was Bridget Doyle, 1793, and she was only 17. And this one then, once again, we have angels, we have the sun. This one's like a temple. I think that's a cross at the top. This is John Maguire, son of John Maguire. There's a Catherine Connors, it looks like, or O'Connor maybe. No, I think it's just Connor. 1773, aged 48. So I'm not sure who is actually buried here. It's quite hard to read, but you can see the design along here even. Quite amazing. So as you can see, we've cleared what we can. I'd love to kind of get in a bit more to the other ones, but it's just not possible. With the sun and the moon, as I said, this was William Maguire, so possibly related to Maguire just beside it. This is 1808, aged. This looks like it's just 7 years old. Lord have mercy on his soul. And also his mother. Looks like Margaret. And the date is just gone. It looks like 18, maybe 30 there. So just 7 years old for William Maguire. Very, very sad. Now this one has got beautiful designs as well. Some sort of foliage there. We've designs as well there. So if anybody knows kind of the understanding of headstones, it looks like a church here. A steeple, that's a church. Here lies the body of Phelim Maguire. So we've all Maguires here. 1773 just there. Wow. Quite amazing. This one beside it has a sun and a moon as well. Now there's more detail. That looks like it could be Mary and an angel. It looks like his mother there. You can see her face and her clothing. Here lies the body of William Maguire. So Maguire again. March 1803, it looks like, age 62. Lord have mercy on his soul. With more designs there. That almost looks like a serpent's head. Just there. Wow, I think it is. That's his tail. We've a face even there. We've no maker's mark there that I can see. But absolutely fantastic. The detail there. The sun and the moon. Wow. We have another one here with the sun and the moon. Our Lord on the cross. Again, it looks like Mary here. I'm not sure if it's very hard to see it, but it does look like it's human shaped. We have the serpent there again. You can see the tail, his head. Look at that, the sun and the moon. More designs there. John Roach, it looks like. He was 66 when he died in 1798. So the rebellion, the year of the rebellion in Ireland. Another one here, the sun again here, the moon. And we have two people standing. I'm presuming that is Mary. The serpent again at our Lord's feet. This is James, 1796 there. Right down at the bottom. Quite hard to read. But we've done a good bit of clearing. Irish Eyes got in with a stick and kind of trashed down as much of the stuff he could. Looks like two chalices on this one. The body of James Doyle, 1800s, aged 56, sorry. And also Mary Doyle. The date, maybe 1823 there. There's an 1896 at the bottom. We have a 14-year-old here. So I wonder, is that Mary Doyle? Mary Doyle is the 14-year-old. So sad. So young. We've kind of read most of those there. But just look at that. I'm out of breath now. I'm trashing through all that overgrowth. Trying to get a stick, using our feet. Trying to pull back the ferns with our hands. And then there's loads of briars. I'm going to just walk up along and try and show you once again those beautiful designs. The torch is of no use to kind of bring it out a bit better. This is part of Irish history right here. And I'm sure it's not the only one of its kind like this. Completely overgrown. And I mean it's the the good nature of volunteers, community-wise, you know, local heritage groups maybe, to try and get together. And I mean, it costs money, I suppose, as well. And as I said, it's not the only one in Ireland, certainly, that's left like this. And these two just here. The farmers' sheds are kind of just in the background. Just up there, we've a huge headstone as well, just there, completely covered in ivy. Guys, just as I was coming back around to see if we can read any more, look what's here. And you all know by now, I am a complete believer. That is a pure white feather. And I believe that was sent to us here, maybe as a thank you. I believe, as I said, that it's a spiritual sign, just like the robin is. And that is amazing. We have gone through this area several times trying to clean it. So I just thought that was a beautiful little sign from above. Right guys, so we made our way up along the back and we've tried to clear as much as possible. You know, it's the writing on the headstones is quite hard, but we have noticed that these ones here are actually Sinnotts. Not the Sinnott we're looking for, mind you. This one here is almost down on its face, I suppose. I took a photo of it because I just haven't got the room to manoeuvre myself underneath it. We did read Sinnott on this one as well, and Baby Boy wrote there. So I'm hoping, I've taken a photo, and I'm hoping from the photo I might get more of an idea of actually who's there. This is, I think, Margaret Sinnott here. The 1800s. We've another Sinnott and another Sinnott. We've cleared that tall one there. That's not a Sinnott, but we'll take a look at that in a second. And just here, as we were clearing, Irish Eyes has uncovered this. It's like a carving, and I think it's a headstone that maybe has come away. But what we're going to do is try and take a closer look at that. And I'm going to try and make my way back around to that, so I'll be back to you in a second. Right, so as the sun starts to come out, this to me looks like it's the top part of a huge, beautiful headstone. You have the cross there in the middle. We've like a chalice there. I don't know whether it'll pick it up. And it looks like a chalice at the other side, just there. But you can see, I presume that it's right in under the ground there. It's kind of sunk into the earth. So we're not going to be able to read that, but you can see behind it the carbon that must have been there. So this is a significant grave for sure. It kind of even looks maybe that it's a newer dated one. I'm not sure. Or is it just that it was preserved because it was completely in the undergrowth? We just have to presume that it's been hidden under that for so long. So our last headstone is that tall, large one there. You can see just how many are here, and so many then that we can't find today at all. And possibly there's stories of a mass grave as well. Any of the soldiers fallen in the rebellion. There's mentions of the Vinegar Hill battle. There's mentions of the Vinegar Hill battle. So we just don't know really, other than the ones that we were able to read, who is there. Erected by Richard Doyle in memory of his mother, Margaret Doyle, who died, looks like 1882, age 75, and also his father, Stephen Doyle. It looks like 1862 or 68 maybe, aged 77. Also his sister Catherine Kavanagh, aged, it looks like 85, maybe 1801, I'm not quite sure, or 1901 maybe, but that looks like, no, sorry, aged, I thought it was 35, it could be 85, very, very hard to read. I think it's 85 looking through the camera there. But there is something else there, but we're just not going to be able to read it. So it's the tallest here in this cemetery. And it's true. Lots of subscribers have said in comments, back to nature we go. And it looks like nature is definitely reclaiming this little cemetery here. So guys, I have to get back out, trek through that muddy lane, and I'll get back to you as soon as we get through the worst of it, and we'll finish the video down further on. So just before we take our walk back, that's the boundary wall of the cemetery. So it's really, really beautiful, all the ivy on it. I presume this is the original gate. It's been painted a number of times. We have a big stick up against it and a stone, and I'd say that's to stop kind of cattle or animals going through. You can see there at one stage we have a step and another step that's gone in the middle, and one then further on. And that would have been like the style that we're used to seeing in these old Irish graveyards and cemeteries. So Thomas Sinnott, we couldn't find him, but I'm sure he's in there and buried, maybe beside the last few headstones we read as they were Sinnott's as well. So I'll finish the video in a few minutes, guys. Right guys, so that was quite a fantastic find. So we're just making our way back down to the car. So with that being said, take care, God bless, and we'll talk to you soon.